most populous country in the whole world. There are over 1.3 billion people there. Many children do not receive the proper education.
Children are expected to take care of their parents in later life. In order to do this, they must become successful. China's one-child policy has made parents pressure their children to excel academically.
This has led to the stereotype that Asian descent parents expect too much of their children, and that people from Asia all have very high IQs.
Children start kindergarten at age 3. They incorporate music into the academics to jumpstart learning English. They sing songs like the ABCs.
Oftentimes, students in middle school or high school live in dorms because their family does not live close by. The high schoolers sometimes study up to 16 hours a day.
There is a lot of competition between the students to be the best in the classes and to get into the two top universities, Tsinghua and Peking universities. Most students drop out before high school because of the competition and hardships.
This graph shows the education satisfaction of China. 23% of the entire country are very dissatisfied with their education level. 32% are somewhat satisfied, while 35% are somewhat satisfied, and only 8% are very satisfied. This graph shows the satisfaction with education one's children are receiving. As a total, 11% of the country is very dissatisfied with how their children are being educated. 20% are somewhat dissatisfied. Almost half the country is somewhat satisfied, and 16% are very satisfied with how their children are being educated.
Unfortunately, some children don't even get the opportunity to become educated, especially those in rural China.
Oftentimes, there are not enough supplies for all the teachers. The conditions are cold, dark, damp, unacceptable. The educators are unable to teach properly with such low funding.
What needs to be done? To solve this problem, we need to educate the teachers who will be living in this area. There are already exchange student programs in place, but mainly for high school students. We need an exchange program for students to get a U.S. teacher's credential.
The average teacher-to-student ratio is 3 to 40. The education of 3 college students for one small town could mean a brighter future for the entire village. Higher education gives more opportunities to be accepted to the expensive high schools in the city, therefore guaranteeing a chance to go to a university.
This program would gain support from the Train New Teachers program, or the TNTP, who partners with educators in schools, districts, and states to find, develop, and keep great teachers. They do not necessarily focus on educating people in foreign countries, but because they are focusing on educating people to become teachers, they would support us. Another person who would support us is Oprah Winfrey. She cares about global education. She has a school in Africa that's dedicated to teaching less fortunate, in this case, women.
One way to promote this program is by going around to schools and other educational facilities talking about it. This program is about students, so the students should know about it. At these assemblies, we would educate the students about how important education is, how the basic things like reading and math can mean a scholarship in China, and how essential a college degree is to be successful. One thing this will also accomplish, besides China's children's education, is the building of a stronger China and United States of America bond. China sees the USA as competition for the smartest nation. Helping China will hopefully show that a contest is not necessary between the two countries. China's general population needs help from the USA. This may be the only chance that thousands of children get to have a chance at even going to college. Maybe one day, education will be easier to get. But for now, let's educate as many as possible.